Good morning, M4. In today's English, we are still going to focus on your comprehension, and we are still using the extract of The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle. I have given you again the copy of the extract. Even if you have read it yesterday, you still need to go through the extract so that you will be able to answer today's question or today's activity. In this video, I will explain the questions so that you will be able to understand it and you will be able to answer your questions easily. All right, so let's start. The questions that you will be answering are these 6 questions over here. So, like what I said, I will explain them so that you will understand what is being asked. Number 1, we have, what does this extract tell you about the school in those days? So it's asking you that in this extract, Tommy and Polynesia the parrot were talking about school on these paragraphs, right? So when you read this paragraph, what does it tell you about the school during these days? Do you think that the children before are required to go to school? Or is it just okay if children are not going to school? Do you think that school is for everybody or for every children, or they have to pay for the school? Do you think that it's expensive to go to school before, or is it free for children like some of the schools here we have? So think of what does Polynesia, or what does the extract what does the extract say about the school during those days? Okay, that's the question number 1. Now we read the question number 2. Why do you think Tommy felt ashamed? For this question, you have to read the passage inside this box. So what it says, well, it all depends, said Polynesia. Are you clever at lessons? I don't know, I answered, feeling rather ashamed. You see, I've never been to school. My father is too poor to send me. That's what Tommy Stubbins said. So on to question number 2, why do you think Tommy felt ashamed? And when you ask what is ashamed, Miss Maria, you can check the dictionary for you to understand what is ashamed. But I can also tell you, being ashamed is when you're shy about something, okay? So why do you think Tommy is shy when he answered Polynesia's question? What made him shy about it, or why did he feel ashamed? Okay? So you base your answer on the passage inside this box. That's for question number 2. Now for question number 3, it asks, how would you feel if you have never been able to go to school? Share your ideas or your thoughts in few sentences. Now for question number 3, you can answer this in your own words or in your own understanding. So imagine yourself, okay? What if you're not, you have never given a chance to go to school? What do you think will happen to you, or what will you feel? That's the question number 3. For question number 4, according to Polynesia, what skills are needed to learn animal language and why? So in the extract, Polynesia talk about the skills needed to learn the language. So you have to go through the extract, skim. I think it's in this paragraph, and in this paragraph, Polynesia talked about the skills needed to learn how to talk to animals, and that's the question number 4. So you have to write down what are those skills that Polynesia is talking about. I will give you one example of the skills that Polynesia mentioned in the extract. That skill is is to be good at noticing things. Polynesia mentioned that because for you to understand the animals, you have to be good in noticing their action. So aside from that kind of skill, what other skills Polynesia mentioned to learn the language or to learn to speak to animals? Question number 5. It says, predict from your knowledge of stories whether the doctor will let Tommy learn animal language. So reading the extract, predict from, you have to write a prediction. Do you think that the doctor will let Tommy learn animal language? If you think so, explain why. If you don't think so, then you have to explain why as well. Okay, so for question number 6, based on what Polynesia says, explain whether you would be good at learning animal language. So that's for question number 6. So based on what Polynesia says, it means the answers on number 4, the skills needed to learn the language of the animals, or the skills needed to learn to talk to the animals. Based on those skills, do you think you would be able, or you would be good in learning animal language? Do you think you have those skills? In this question, you have to look at yourself. You have to reflect yourself with the skills that Polynesia mentioned, the answers in number 4. You have to reflect if you have those skills, if you don't have them, and think, would you be good at learning animal language? Explain why will you be good in learning animal language. That's question number 6. So that's it for your activity. You only have 6 questions, but you have to explain your answer. It doesn't have to be very long. At least you can answer in 1 sentence or 2 sentences, but make sure you answer precisely and neatly. If you have questions in terms of new words or vocabulary, you can always check your dictionary, or you can use your phone to check the meaning. This reason is for you to be dependable or dependent to yourself in your learning. And so always check the extract when you need to look for answers. And that's it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow.